Today I've been researching Victorian slang from this book here, which was published in 1909. And as well as being racist and sexist and homophobic and just about everything else that you'd expect from the Victorians, it can occasionally be quite sweet and wholesome too. So I thought I'd share some of my favourites from today. Feel free to adapt and use them in your own language in day-to-day life. Number 1, Chuckaboo. I just think that's really sweet. That is like an affectionate name that you would give to a friend, and apparently that's where we get the contraction Chuck from. If you're a person in Liverpool, or actually Lancashire in general, if you call someone Chuck, that means that they're your mate. You alright, Chuck? Most of the slang featured in this book is actually from London, and I'm really loath to attempt to do a London accent because it's quite a tricky one to do. But I guess that one would be more like, you alright, Chuckaboo? And I don't know why I like this one so much, but if you were going to describe someone today that we might describe as being an absolute unit, in the 19th century you would describe them as a double-breasted water butt smasher. Which doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, but it definitely conveys the size of the person. Right up at the top there, not on borrowing terms, which was a very polite way to say that you don't get on with your neighbours. No, we are not on borrowing terms, I'm afraid. And then 2 down from that one. Not today, Baker. That apparently is what you would say if you were a woman and there was a guy hitting on you and you just weren't interested. Apparently, you'd just go, not today, Baker. And then everybody would fall about laughing because sexual harassment is so funny. So you could string them together. You could say, not today, Baker. We are not on borrowing terms. This one's just fucking weird. Please, mother, open the door. And they've actually given musical instructions here because you're supposed to sing it. This is expressed admiration of a passing girl, always said in a high monotone, except the door bit, which is uttered in a minor key. They think that street harassment is hilarious, by the way, the Victorians. So I guess that would sound something like, please, mother, open the door. Would that be it? Please, mother, open the door. And you'd say that when a hottie walks past you on the street. Fucking weirdos. Rumourmongers I've included because occasionally I see people saying, you get cheesemongers and ironmongers, but why don't you get any other mongers? Well, for the Victorians, you could put monger on the end of anything for comedic effect. Rumourmonger is pretty self-explanatory, actually. It's somebody that starts rumours, so it's pretty good for this app, actually. It's full of rumourmongers. But they would also have things like newsmongers, somebody that tells the news. A shiftmonger was somebody who doled out shifts at work. It goes on and on and on and on. They would stick monger on the end of just about anything. I have actually seen it being used in quite rude and graphic contexts as well. And my favourite from today is this one, behind-ativeness, which it defines it very coyly as referring to the dress pannier, one of the shape with which fashion is forever varying the unnatural outline of the feminine frame. So you would say that lady has a great deal of behind-ativeness. In other words, she has a rather lovely bottom. So there you go. That is some Victorian slang that you can use in your everyday life. But don't be harassing people in the street. Don't be that authentic. Or if you do, fully expect them to shout back, "None today, Baker," and then possibly kick you in the teeth.